and I get a call, and it's Sam Hinkie, and he's like, "Hey, man, I'm sorry, like we never really got to like meet in person or whatever, but we're trading you to New Orleans for Nerlens Noel."
How many hotels is it though out there for y'all? For the bubble?
Three.
So all the teams
So you got the top four in the East and the West, and the what's it called? What hotel? Start with a C. Come on, Justin.
Coronado?
Yeah, Coronado.
I don't know how I know that.
And then you got 5 through 8 in Justin's hotel, and then you got the bubble. And then you got the weak links.
So, but y'all's the weak link hotel better than ours.
Hey man, I don't know what to tell y'all. I don't know why they did it that way.
You know what to tell us. You got Zion. Y'all got
Zion.
I mean, we got Zion. We got.
The thing is, though, Russ and them over here, though. Russ, CP3
that's
over
what I'm
there.
And Luka over there.
Yeah. So
wait, Luka at the Haunted Mansion too?
Yeah, he over here.
The Haunted Mansion.
Oh my God. He probably got a suite though.
All right, let's start, bro. Let's start. All right, so welcome to the platform, man. Welcome to the platform. It's literally.
Hey, man, I'm a big fan, bro. I'm a big fan. I mean, I've been watching y'all for a while now. You know?
Take that, man.
I've been watching y'all for a while.
I appreciate it. It's literally a family affair. You know, I went to middle school with these dudes. Those are my brothers, you know. And then we also have Norris, one of my brothers. And then Norris played with Jrue.
The connection is crazy right here.
Basketball connection is very strong.
Yeah.
So Jrue, let's get into it. Well, we are live in the bubble, but I want to ask you a question before we get into the bubble situation. You go from Gatorade Player of the Year in high school. You already know I'm going.
You taking it back, ain't you?
Yeah, I gotta
always.
go back. I gotta go back a little bit. Then you go to UCLA, average 8 points, and then people try to write you off. And then we see where your career has gone now. You know, you all-star, defensive first team. You know, you get 100 steals like in the last 4 years of playing. Like, can you just talk about that for you, you know, the transition and just your learning curve from UCLA and what that brought for you?
Honestly, I think a lot of it was just trying to get better every year, like not being stagnant. I feel like and y'all can attest to this, even growing up, there was always somebody that was better than you, right? Like, oh, he was supposed to make it. Mm-hmm. But you looking back now, it's like, well, what he doing now? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just didn't get better. I don't know if he got complacent or whatever it was, but for me, it was just about something new every year. Like, even when even when Norris was on the team, like, I wasn't defensive player of the year. I might have been fighting injuries or something like that, but I knew like I was capable of doing it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So just kind of locking in and trying to better yourself ever since I was younger, just trying to be as best as I can and not comparing myself to other people. And I feel like that's one of the hardest things for somebody not to do is compare to see what other people got or what they doing or whatever, man, just trying to be your best. And from there, I mean, I'm 11 years in, man. It's just crazy.
Fine. 11 years in. Dang.
That's wild, bro. That's a long time.
Yeah, 11 years.
Can you talk just about like your Philly experience too, you know, and making the All-Star team, and then, bro, honestly, you haven't been an All-Star since Philly, huh? That's what's crazy.
No. Philly was an experience. Philly, I feel like I grew up. It was the first time I lived outside of Cali. Yeah, Justin went to school. He went to Washington, so he already kind of knew what that was about. I went to UCLA. I'm 26 minutes from the house.
The second.
Bruh, whenever I wanted to go home, Aaron will tell you, whenever you wanted to go home, bruh, Pops is there. Like, you trying to come to the crib, Pops is there. Or, I mean, my high school there, so if I want to go see friends or do whatever, it was comfortable. But going to Philly was definitely a shell shock. My rookie year, I lived with my grandmother. My grandmother lived with me. And I mean, she cooked, she cleaned, she did, you know what I'm saying? She helped me out, but I still had to grow up. And then after that, I was on my own for maybe like the next 6 years. So, but Philly, I really felt like I grew up, not even in terms of like a grown man, but basketball wise, I felt like I went through a lot. I had some great teammates. I had some great coaches, and I became an all-star. Man, it was cool playing in Philly. It can be tough too.
I remember y'all
it ain't no joke.
Yeah, how was the fans?
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna tell you a story about the fans. I came to Jrue's game.
You did,
and they was talking crazy. It was a home game, talking crazy, bro.
Always ready to fight, bro. Just
no. I ain't always ready to fight, but I don't like people be talking about my family. So I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna tell you exactly what happened, but like, yeah, long story short, it became a little altercation. But my dad, and people don't know this, my dad wears headphones so he don't hear other people. That's why he does it.
Yeah.
And maybe I need to start doing it because every time I go to the game, dog, and somebody that's a home fan be saying something like, they're tough, but they love them at the same time. So it's just how Philly is. Tough love.
Yeah, Philly be like that. Like you could talk, they could talk trash about their player, but they don't let nobody else. And when you good, bro, it's one of the craziest places to play. It's one of the craziest places. When you bad, it's one of the craziest places to play.
It'd be quiet. Playoffs, bro.
I mean, it was lit, especially when Norris and them came. They was a 1 seed, we was an 8 seed.
Stole that game.
I went.
Yeah. I know it was. It was live. It was live. It was live. You know.
And you showed out too.
Man, I was just trying to, at least get one of these wins. At least try to make it hard for y'all to get to the championship. Damn
it. Wait, so hold on. So you said Pops wears headphones. Like, what's on the playlist then, bro? He listen in the future or something? Like what?
The Whispers.
First, my dad ain't got a lick.
Listen to the Whispers.
My dad ain't got a lick of future in this joint. He listens to all type of people, bro. Earth, Wind, and Fire.
The Bee Gees.
Old school. Yeah, the Bee Gees.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel it because you can't listen to somebody say something about your kid up there.
Yeah, no.
Nah.
If you watch my dad, he goes to every game. Yeah, usually he got him.
He better now. He's better now. But
back
then though,
he used to have him.
Yeah, he had them little the iPhone joints, the one that plug into your phone.
The strings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Pop, by the way. He's an awesome athlete in his own right.
Yeah, for sure.
Can he still dunk? He still dunk?
Yes.
Yeah.
So before we move on from Philly, Justin, you joined the team with him. I know a lot of people don't know this, but you played with both of your brothers in the league, which is pretty dope. How was it for you, like coming into the situation too? You know,
man. To be honest with you, it was a blur because it was at the end of the season. So Jrue was already playing a lot of minutes. He was tired. I came from the G League, and I was playing about 38 minutes a night. So I was tired. I was hyped to be there, but I was on fumes too. So it was cool to hang out and stuff outside of like the basketball court. We didn't get to like really do it like I'm doing it with Aaron. But I mean, again, I was trying to get to the league, so I was hyped. I was in the NBA. At the time, I had a contract for next year to come back, so I was kind of hoping, okay, cool, me and Jrue get some time to play together, which we know how all that went. But, it was a blur, bro, because I just know I was tired. I was excited, but I was tired, so just trying to just give what I could to try to stay. But
what's the difference? You feel like
I got traded, huh?
You got traded, and I didn't come back.
I got traded, yeah, you didn't come back. Yeah. My fault. I didn't know. You said that. I was like, what you mean you know what happened? Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. Sure. All right, man.
Oh yeah! Wait, hold on, bro.
Yeah.
I was having a conversation with you when Jrue got traded, and then you're like, "I guess I'm not coming back." I'll never forget that. You're like, "I guess I'm not coming back."
They didn't even tell me I wasn't coming back yet. So the story in that was, if I was made it to like August 15th, I got guaranteed like $50,000, and I think I would have been good for the next year. And they cut me August 14th. So the time it happened, I was still there, but I was joking like, yeah, they're not gonna bring me back. Well, they obviously didn't bring me back.
Jrue, how was it for you, bro, getting traded? Like, was it like
this story?
I know you were hot, yeah.
Philly to New Orleans.
I ain't told you that story.
Yeah, wait till you hear the story, bro.
Well, one of my best friends, Salty, we was at Vanguard. I think they was doing like a little camp or something, but we was on our way we was from the OC going to the Dodger game, I think. Mm-hmm. And I'm in the car. And obviously, I don't really listen to the draft because, like, man, I don't know. Usually, I know who we gonna draft. They was talking, communicating, or whatever. But management was different at the time, so it was Sam Hinkie, and I ain't know Sam. They just picked him up, and we on the way to the Dodger game. We just passing UCLA, I think. So like we cutting through Westwood or whatever to go through, and I get a call, and it's Sam Hinkie, and he's like, "Hey man, I'm sorry, like we never really got to like meet in person or whatever, but we're trading you to New Orleans for Nerlens Noel. And I was like, all right, cool, nice to talk. Like, just like nice talking to you or something. Like, I don't know. I was in shock. And then I hang up the phone, and it's like me, Salty. Was Aaron in the car?
Aaron
Probably
yeah,
DJ
I think Aaron was
and
there.
Aaron and DJ maybe. And
That sounds right.
I was like, yo, I just got traded. And they was like, nah, are you playing? I'm like, bruh, I promise you, I just got off the phone. And next thing you know, Nerlens Noel, number 6 pick, got traded. Jrue Holiday going to New Orleans, blah, blah, blah. I was like, dang. But then
I remember where I was. You called me, and I was in the airport.
Yeah.
I don't know where I was going. I was hot, bro. I feel like I was more mad than Jrue was. Drew was calm on the phone.
I mean, I was good. For some reason,
I was like,
bro. Honestly, I had just signed too. I had just signed a 4-year deal.
Right.
They had just paid me. And then they traded me, but I'm like, matter of fact, so that day, Lauren was looking for a house in New Orleans because I was getting married like 2 weeks later. Lauren was not in New Orleans, in Philly. And then Salty like, well, man, you know who they got in New Orleans? They got like Grievous Vasquez. They got Rolo. At the time, they didn't have Tyreek, but they had Eric Gordon, Al Farouk, Austin Rivers, and you naming off these people. I'm like, oh, we're going to be all right. They had Ryan Anderson. I'm like, oh, yeah, we're going to be straight there. And then after that, we traded Grievous and Rolo for Tyreek. I'm like, oh, cool. I'm like, yeah, we're going to be straight. But I remember I called Justin, and then right after that, Evan Turner called me. First, I think I called Justin, then I called my wife, and then Evan Turner called me. He's like, man, like, how they gonna trade you? Like, I should be traded before you. I was like, look, I don't know, bro. I don't know, but this is what happened. But I'm telling you, bro, like me and Evan thought that we was gonna play with each other for like years, bro. Like
crazy, man.
Thought we was the future of Philly, and then I was just the beginning of the process. So
that'd have been crazy. Y'all would have been.
So I mean, how was the transition when you got to New Orleans? Were you looking around like kind of like Will Smith? You know, when the house is empty, you looking around like, yo, this is a new spot or what?
No, it was cool because I knew. I mean, you know, you go to other teams and stuff like you know other players and they welcome in and they cool and all that. It's just, I guess I'm trying to be political. My Coach Monty at the time was very draining, I guess you can say, like mentally and physically. Practices were hard, physically on you, and then mentally he expected a lot out of you, but it was like it was a lot. It was a lot. So I think I was only there I think he was there with me for 2 years. But it was that happened, and I ended up getting hurt, and that was like even worse because this is the first time I ever been hurt, and I had surgery. I had a rod put through my leg, and then I'm trying to rehab from that, and still try to figure out if like I'm gonna be able to jump the same and move the same and be able to play after this contract. Then I got hurt the next year with I guess we didn't go by protocol, and they ramped me back up too quick, and then I was out again by January. And then, but that year we was, was you there or no?
I was there the year that we made the playoffs. I got traded mid-year. Then we ran out. Remember, we won them 9 straight, and we got in the playoffs.
Right. And then, we had a squad though, for real. Like I thought we had a really solid team, but it was bro. It wasn't. I don't think it was a hiccup. I think it was just kind of getting used to different teammates and a different role on a different team with a different coach. To be completely honest, but we had some, bro. I'm telling you, we had some good teams, bro. We had some squads. If we could have kept like some of these teams together and kind of went with that, man, like no telling what New Orleans would have looked like. But,
nice for sure.
I mean, our first and second unit was like we had starters on our second unit. You know what I'm saying? So it was.
Well, I mean, it's like if you say that, if you would have kept that Philly team you had together, y'all would have been.
True.
You go to the names of Vucevic, Dad.
Oh, Vucevic.
That is true.
Lou Will.
They traded him to Orlando.
Lou Will, Andre, Evan,
Spencer
Jrue,
Hawes.
Spence. Like, bro, like
they could have put
people. the people now. I mean, you wouldn't be able to pay everybody, but
Right.
But here's the thing
Kept it
with me
going.
too, though. Like, I'm all for the bag. Don't get me wrong, but I'm even more so about winning. So like, if I got to take a little less to get my man's a little bit, I'm completely like I'm cool. I'm cool with that. And I want to say a little less. I mean a little less, but like I'm cool with that, bro. Like I'm trying to win. Like you see,
Hey,
especially at the
Drew,
time, because Miami was it, bro. Miami was
Drew,
it. Like
all the good teams, they go over the cap, bro.
Well, there you
Miami
go.
was
Right.
that's a
well over
fact.
the cap.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
When I
Golden
played for the
State was
Warriors,
over
we
the
was
cap.
over the cap. Yeah.
I mean, but y'all was also bringing in a
Yeah.
lot.
A lot of money. Yeah.
I'm
I
saying
mean,
all
y'all
y'all.
take it to the final. You right. Y'all
Yeah.
right.
Yo,
Got a lot of people in here that know the business of basketball.
it's a fact. Yo, we got Chris J in the building. What's up, Chris, bro? Say
Welcome
what
to
up,
the
man.
show, Chris.
Listen. I'm in the building. I'm just enjoying the conversation.
DJ.
Listen. Hey, Drew, listen. One of the favorite teams that I seen you guys play with is when you and Rondo was in the backcourt together. And when y'all made that
Don't get me
run,
started
yeah,
with that. That was
listen,
one of the
'cause
funnest times I ever had.
Doe, my man, and to see two pit bulls, like when you got one dog, but then when you got another sign that say beware of the other dog,
To ride with you, yeah.
it was
Nice.
yeah.
It's fun. That was honestly one of like the most stressful years, but it was one of the most fun. That team was crazy.
Yeah, that was
Me,
nice,
Doe,
sure.
DeMarcus,
That was
AD,
nice.
Nico.
Yeah, y'all got Nika from us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
it was a good New Orleans team. I mean, that was just super exciting. So let me ask you this. Your brothers are playing golf now in the bubble. Forget about basketball. Okay. Now, where do you stand with this golf thing?
Oh, I got my clubs in here.
Speaking of which, what you doing tomorrow? Practice? Game?
What time?
Look.
I got practice, bro. I had practice from 6 to 9 tonight.
What time is your practice tomorrow?
Maybe like 2 to 5, I think. See what I'm saying, bro? My day really be like
that's the
taken
thing,
up
man.
because
Like
we got practices
it's
at
hard
2.
it's hard to
Nah,
do
you
stuff
just
for
got to
other
get
people.
up at 7 a.m.
No, that's what we're not doing.
See, that's not gonna happen.
Chris, we got kids at the house, bro. We ain't got to get up like that. We not getting up like that.
I'm for sure.
Not for
I
no
sleep until
golf.
about 11.
Not for no golf. I'm not doing
Yeah, I
it.
sleep until about 11 every day. No, I'm not that good. Nah, I'm not that good.
Yo,
Aaron
Drew-
swear he is though.
But Drew, you know, this is the thing now is I'm trying to figure out the correlation between great shooters and golf.
great golfers.
I think it's a
Yes,
feel.
it's
It's
a
touch. It's a feel.
me and J.R. Smith been talking about it a lot because, you know, he's a big time golfer, you know, and a bunch of other guys that I work with are golfers, and it's something about eye-hand coordination, the ability to lock in.
I think it also has to do with some people that have a certain type of skill set playing basketball that know, or people that have been able to work and get themselves to where they could do something well. For example, us being basketball players, we work to be, not all of us, but some of us have worked in certain areas. Like, for example, I didn't shoot as great as I can now, right? I feel like I can go and learn how to play golf because I have that skill of learning how to do something that's in front of me. You give me the right way.
You gotta be a good student for sure.
Right. I can replicate the same thing. And then you have
It's also part of
jump shot.
It's also part of being a good athlete, though. Like, kind of like what you were saying. Like, I mean, Swish got a ratchet.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He can shoot, but I think coming with that though is touch, right, and feel.
right.
Yeah.
So even JJ, like JJ, he go and golf and do all that, and he's nice. Frank Jackson, nice.
Frank's nice.
What about Michael
I
Jordan?
didn't know that.
There we go.
But he's somebody. Who got. I mean, he got touch. He got feel.
He got everything.
You know
He
what
got
I'm
everything.
saying? Right.
So Drew, let
And
me
he's
ask
also
you this.
competitive. He's not going to
So-
stop until he's good at what he want to be good at.
Drew, let me throw this out there. Everybody, not everybody, Jordan, I'm just going to call him out. They feel like just because Michael was a pure 15 to 17-foot jump shooter, which he was cash money, that he's not a shooter. Do you agree?
Okay, no.
He's an elite
Okay, so is there a difference between a shooter and a scorer?
This is the same.
It's not.
This is the
What's
same
the difference?
thing me and
There's no
Norris said.
difference.
Look,
There's no difference.
But
Come
what
on,
we
look,
consider a
Mike
shooter
is wet now. I don't know what you're talking about. That's a bucket.
Right.
And jump shots.
That's a
I mean, he went off of jump shots too.
His
Like
mid
not
range
just
is crazy. His
scoring,
mid range is
like
crazy.
practice.
That's disrespect. We're not disrespecting this man.
Yeah, we're not going to disrespect
Please.
That's what I'm
That's what I'm talking
Hey,
about.
you just
Drew.
made Norris's day.
That's what I'm talking about,
You made
Drew.
Norris's day,
Oh
bro.
my God.
Hey,
That's what I'm
We're not
saying.
We're not going to disrespect him at all.
We're not
The only
doing
thing-
that.
The only thing I asked
you
was,
with the ultimate respect, man. That's what I'm talking about, bro.
they go, hey, Drew, they're going to make you a host, bro. Kick me out of here now.
Yeah, we kicking
Nah,
him
nah,
out,
Jordan.
bro.
They're going to kick Jordan out of here.
No, y'all need the controversy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we true.
But see, here's the thing. How many players, since we talking about Jordan,
Here we go, man.
that can jump 37 inches on a jump shot?
You always bring
Anymore?
this up.
None of them.
I can get close.
I mean,
That's-
you the only one. You the only one. But like, who really jumped like that on their jump? Like who really has a jump shot? JJ has a jump shot.
Yeah, JJ jumps.
He's actually pretty good at golf.
JJ jumps
But
like a.
That's what I'm
Shoots.
saying. But he been doing that. He also in the era of like mid-range
the
shooting
golfer.
and
Yeah,
doing all
yeah.
that. You know what I'm saying? Like the way people are kind of taught now is I feel like is a little different. Especially just the way people score. Like kids today not really even coming off of pin downs and doing floppies and doing all that. But you come off that and you in 15 feet, like 10 to 15 feet, like you gotta jump. Somebody beating that up.
Right. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yo, let's speak about that then, because we're in separation era. I feel like, you know, as far as offense.
I'm not gonna lie, I ain't really use my
Jordan's
separation package in a minute, but
Hey, bro. Hey, because even Jrue, even with you, bro, do you feel
Hey,
like
Jordan, let me say this first, though.
Yeah.
One thing you actually do not know is the Holidays actually have very, very good separated packages. And Aaron has been able to separate
no, that fool was
for
elite. He's been separating since he was like
very,
I would say
very,
probably
very
14.
long time, bro.
I'll say
Like,
14 or 15.
Getting away from us, we were like, yo.
Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy. That was kind of the first time I was like, all right, this little kid's a mutant.
Yeah, like
you're not supposed to be like getting, because I lock up now. Okay,
Right.
I lock up, but
and
you
we was
just
playing
separating
him, we
like
was
that.
trying
It's
to
crazy.
make sure we killed him.
I was
So
pissed, boy. I was mad. This little dude was in high school. I was high. I'm not even going front.
Hey, little bro.
I was mad.
Like a nerve
It used to
back in
make
the day,
it used to make me mad when he would step back like that and then hezzy off of it. And then
You just not supposed to, like, your ankles don't move like that. Like, I admire
you know why though? He bow leg. That's why he was able to do that like that.
Oh my gosh.
Y'all are clowning, bro. Y'all should see some
Here
of
we
my
go.
old head. Now, some of the old heads, when you get them in the gym and you're trying to show them some of that, they like, bro, my body just don't move.
It don't work like that. No. Yeah. Yeah.
Yo, Chris, when do you think that started though with the separation, bro? Like, did it just happen? Like, because everyone's doing
I
it.
think everyone's done it. It's just being highlighted now, or people thinking
more people do it. But back in the day, go look at Rod Strickland. He had separation.
But he had a lot.
Let me throw something out there for you guys. It's the spacing. See, the spacing changed the way people look at the game.
Here comes a master trainer in Chris Johnson.
I'm just saying, like, you know, if I turn on a game from the 90s, the spacing was like, it was like college. Like, it was people hugging those elbows, 2-9 him. A lot, you know, how many defensive schemes is going to rotate from the baseline side or come over the top and take away a great player? No, a great player is going to roast you in a one-on-one situation with great spacing. And so the spacing changed the game because you put Michael Jordan in this era.
People keep on saying that too, and I'm like, bruh, y'all don't understand. This man, you at least needed 3 on him at all times. You at least had to have three hands on him.
He'd have been walking to the basket and fouling one.
Yeah.
So the spacing concept and the way you guys are able to not get hand checked. You know, Ron Harper, these guys that was able to be really physical on the basketball really changed the game of basketball. I mean, it's fun and it's exciting, but I think the separation packages become even more clear when you open the floor.
Right.
You take two bigs.
You're not playing in tight spaces like that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And the freedom, the coaches have evolved too to allow players to shoot off the dribble. That kind of used to be
35.
3 dribbles and shoot a 3-pointer. That's how you get yanked out the game. Right?
Sure. No, you better make it.
Yeah, you better
You don't
make it,
make
bro.
it, you're not seeing the floor no more.
But now you can't even get
Yeah.
on the court if you can't take 2 or 3
It
dribbles
used to
and
be,
ride.
it
Ain't
used to
that
be a
crazy?
big deal. Somebody just rolled up and pulled up. You're like, dang, he just pulled that joint.
He just
Now
pulled
it's
up.
like, yeah, now it's just like Aaron do it all the time. I'm like,
Can't
yeah,
do it.
right.
Drew, let's talk about the evolvement too, just like back to the separation, right? Shout out to Mike G and Mike P too, by the way. You and James Harden's game, right? Because I look back at your guys' footage just recently from college to now. Like you were adding a runaway package because I didn't see you do that, for a few years. In my opinion, you might have never just did it in the
I don't
game.
even really do it now. I don't even
weren't
do it
around.
now.
You do it all the
around
time.
much,
You do
though.
it all the time. You do
Jordan,
it
you
all
weren't
the time.
around yet, though. You
I
weren't around yet.
see. I
You
see.
weren't around yet.
Even James, though, like when y'all played against James in the Pac-10, like he wasn't doing that.
Well,
Like,
you know the thing about James now, though, is James go out there, not try stuff, but James go out there and just do stuff. Like
Creativity.
he's you can tell he's trying to be as fair as possible. That's what it is. It's just like in college, you was just thinking like,
That's
look, I'm gonna get this
dangerous.
bucket, let me go and win.
He don't have no
That's the
locks
thing.
mentally.
But that's
No
that's
locks.
why the game is the way it is now. 'Cause
You also
dudes
don't have
are
a coach
allowed to be
locking it up,
creative.
though.
Right.
Yeah.
You got a
He's
coach
losing.
giving
He
him
has no
leeway to be able to
limitations.
be
Right. Being encouraged to be creative and do
Right.
find a new way to do this. That's what this whole era is about, is creativity. And that's why I think it's it seems so big, or the separation seems, but it's like everybody's done separation certain ways. Now everybody was trying to do is who can do it better than somebody else, who can make a difference than somebody else. And that's what this gets to. When you see James throwing it behind his back doing a one-leg shot, or just different things, everybody's just trying to find a new way to do it.
It's just more acceptable now when you would try to do that. Because I remember I tried to do that all the time, and they'd be like, "All right, now stop playing around. Like,
Right.
you gotta tone it down just a little bit." And I'd listen and be like, "All right, well, I'm gonna tone it down."
So let me ask you this. I know we're talking about offensive players. There's got to be some defensive stoppers out there, right? And with the way the game is played now with spacing, like you're an elite defender. You can guard your position. Jay can guard. It's, like defensively, how do you counter guys? No names, but how do you counter a really good offensive player that
Say their
has the
names.
skills? No.
Here you go.
We're in the bubble.
Norris always wants the smoke.
Norris want the scouter.
Believe me, I know.
We're not trying to create the smoke.
Right.
We're just trying to pick. I'm just trying to pick. Yeah. Right. But he can guard. So what I'm saying is I'm always trying to pick the brain of like a defensive player going up against a talented offensive player, because it's only a few elite defensive players in the league that really want to guard and take it competitive, and Jrue is known for that.
You said a little part of it right there. It's just wanting to do it.
Right.
To me, that's the biggest part. That's 1A is the effort behind it, because it's hard. I'm not gonna lie. It take a lot out of you to be able to stop somebody offensively. And I'm talking about like their primary player. They're gonna touch the ball every single time down the court.
It's like playing
so,
one-on-one.
You always on. You always on. And then it take even more out of you to have to go down back to the other end and score. Because by that time, because again, our first scrimmage, whatever scrimmage, I was guarding Jokic. He got a foot on me and 40 pounds. Like, I shouldn't be able to guard him. And then, at that point, your legs is tired. You know what I'm saying? Like, he banging against you or whatever, and then you got to go down the other end and do something too. And then, like yesterday, guarding Giannis. Like, he's a freak. I think one of it's effort, and 2 is knowing tendencies, knowing what people like to do. So we know Giannis, what he want to get to. He want to get the full head of steam, do the little Euro. He could do it either way. So me, I pick him up close to half court. He don't have a full head of steam no more.
Bro, close to half
advantage
court.
Me.
You have to.
Advantage
you have
me.
to. If you do
advantage
that, you load.
You got to be real different.
Me
you got to be real different, bro, because you get blown past, it's over, bro.
I'm not, but that's the thing too, though. I guess some of it is angle.
Elite defender.
Right.
I know.
I'm just shocked that you said you said at half court.
But
he's an elite defender. Did you hear that part, Jordan?
I know that. I've seen it several times.
Jordan, not only is he elite, but you got to listen to what Drew's talking about, the chess match, right? He's a good chess player. So he understands his speed and his ability as an athlete. That's why he's training so hard. out every day in the off season and during these breaks is to be able to. So then it's a terminology called plugging. And a lot of guys don't pick up and plug somebody.
There goes the master trainer, Chris Johnson.
Here we go. They plug in, right? So like it makes an offensive player uncomfortable. So a lot of people think giving space a lot takes away from, like, I'm a sag on a guy like Ben. Ben is attacking you full speed.
Right at you, right.
He running. So
okay, let's take somebody like James.
I love with Jrue.
Let's take somebody like James. You giving James space?
No.
Why not? Because he gonna roast you. He gonna shoot a 35-footer, a 30. It don't matter. He gonna roast you. But that's the thing too with elite players. You can't elite offensive players. You can't give them a steady diet of the same thing.
Right.
Because they adapt. They figure it out. So James gonna figure it out. But at the same time, I'm playing just like you said, a chess match. Sometimes I'm into him. Sometimes I back off of him. Sometimes I send him left. Most of the time, I'm sending him left. Yeah. Honestly, because he like going right.
Yeah.
He do like going right. Now, he got the stuff going left, too. He got all that. But for you to not get a steady rhythm or something, I feel like, all right, well, you playing the game now, too. You thinking about, all right, well, what's the defender going to do or whatever. Or, matter of fact, being a pest, just nagging him. Pat Bev. He is annoying.
No. Yeah.
Annoying. Bruh. But it's like, honestly, anywhere
it's
you look,
at times.
He right there. Anywhere he look, he right there. So like on James, like, all right, let's say I'm icing him or whatever to the down to the bottom. I don't want him to shoot threes. Threes cost more than twos, and I want him to get into the paint. If he get into the paint, he's gonna shoot the floater. Okay, I'm living with that. Mid ranges, he don't really shoot mid ranges like that. When he ISO, he ISO
team can help
at the 3-point line. Yes, I'm sending him to my help, but at the same time, I'm not leaving him. And a lot of people do that.
Right.
So when he bring the ball down, I'm still there. I might be able to get a steal. I might be able to get a hand on the ball. Honestly, bro, it's effort. It's effort and knowing your personnel. There is a part of it though where like you have to be physically able to stay in front of people.
I'm about to say you gotta have that gift.
Yeah, and I got it, and I don't know why or how. I can't explain it. God given, bro. Honestly,
Man, we gotta think Miles.
All
three of y'all got it low key.
People don't know you really are a next level athlete though. Like they don't really know that. Like you can get up. Like you got your vert is crazy. You strong. Like you said, you want to do it, and then you know where your help is too. You understand the scheme. Like part of the great defender is knowing where their help is.
Jrue, I don't mean to change
paying attention to details.
I don't mean to change the subject, guys, on basketball, but I think reading that, like, you're donating your check or like what you're doing for people back, you know, that's not in the bubble. Can you explain to us on our podcast, on the platform? Because the platform is not just about basketball. It's about bringing positive light to things that people are doing in the community. And I think it was amazing that your wife was able to give you an idea. And money, no matter how much money you make, that money is still your money. And it's your choice to be generous because you have a family, and you not only have a family, you have an extended family with brothers and sisters and nieces and nephews that you could put that money into a fund or a hedge fund to protect them in their livelihood. So I think it's just amazing that it shows not what you do on the court, but the way you think off the court. Can you like expound in how you guys got to that decision and you know, just give us a little bit of information, inside information on that?
Yeah. Honestly, I think one of the biggest parts, and I mean, just talking to Justin and Aaron about coming back into the bubble, was feeling like us coming back playing was going to take away from the progress. It was going to take away from people protesting and like just making other people aware of what's really going on in this world. Because for the most part, I feel like even for myself, I'm a very private person, and situations, and I don't know if y'all read my wife's article, but like situations that happen to me and my family, not just me, like my sisters and brothers, we usually keep that in and we hold that in. And honestly, I just felt like it wasn't time for us to hold it in anymore. So a way for me to feel like me coming back here and leaving my family, leaving my 3-year-old who's going on 30 and growing so much every single day, And then my wife, now she's 7 months pregnant. Like, what was it? Like, what's worth me leaving them to come back and play basketball? Because basketball is not number one. It's not even number two on my list. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's God, my family, and the basketball. So I know, like, because Justin was struggling about, like, what to do and come back and how you can make an impact. And I just think for me and my wife, we would have loved to protest and do all that, but we had to protect my wife and unborn child and my daughter. But then it was kind of like, man, money helps people, and I make a lot of it. It was like as simple as that. And my wife always trying to get my money away, and I'm cool with it to an extent. But when she first told me, she was like, "Man, I think you should give your salary away," and I was like, "Huh?" Like, okay, we could do it. I mean, we'll make it work or whatever. I thought she was talking about like the full year salary. She was like, no, just whatever you gonna make when you go back. And I'm like, man, that's perfect, because I feel like I'm doing something to help out my people. And even through this process, I feel like I've learned so much just about my people and what, like, obviously you learn about Black history and what you went through or what even like your ancestors went through, but you learn even more now of what people are going through now at this moment. And we have a job. Like me, Justin, Aaron, like we have a job. Like we go hoop and we make a lot of money for it, and that's cool. But there's a lot of people out here that don't have that same luxury. There's people out here that need help. And financially, I feel like I'm stable enough and I'm able, and God has blessed me. So why not pass that forward? And right when we kind of figured that out, I was like, all right, cool. Like I'm ready to go to this bubble.
Well, it's a lot of sacrifice that goes with that, and I'm glad we're able to like bring some insight to that to an audience that's going to be listening to it, because it wasn't like it was a stunt. It was something that make you look good because you're a private person. It was something that was genuinely done.
Yeah,
right.
It ain't even about all that, bro. Like, I feel like everything we've gone through just this year and starting damn near from January, man, like it's been a rough year for the NBA, for the world. You know what I'm saying? So,
and you did tangible. Like you did something that's actually going to help.
Right,
like
put your money where your mouth is. We made a fund
action,
and we don't expect anything back, bro. I don't expect anything back. Like,
well,
I really want people, like, you know what I'm saying? But like, we really want people to do well and to be able to live a full life and not be stressed over debt and financial situations and knowing like when the next meal or check or something's gonna come. Like, I want people to be successful too. Like Black-owned businesses. Honestly, it don't even matter what business, like any business, but particularly now Black-owned businesses. I feel like everything I wear now is Black-owned. Like I've been rocking Jordan's Switch Culture stuff for a minute. I mean, I got Frank's hat on, Frank Jackson, his little Rare Roses on.
Yeah, shout out Rare Roses for sure.
I got shout out to Rare Roses.
Facts. And I got this little Grateful, like this little homie. I think he's in New York. He's Hispanic. I mean, just everything I would. Man, I'm so grateful for all this. I feel like I can't take this for granted. So
I think we all are making conscious effort. You know, me being a Black business owner, and Norris and Justin, and each one of us are represent something. But I just think that is unique. You know, that we're all educated, and then we're in a position now to pay it forward in all different types of ways. So I commend you and your wife, and for you to trust in her and being able to do that, because that's amazing, bro. That's amazing.
Man.
Something I actually think is dope.
For our people, that's the only way for us to get better, is to economically get better. And the only way to economically get better is for people like Jrue and ourselves to invest back
in ourselves.
Yeah,
there you go.
So that's dope. That's dope.
The dope thing I like. So it's funny now that after hearing Jrue talk about this, obviously I knew about Jrue giving this check before, and I thought, right off the bat, that's the dope way to do it. That's the way to go about it. What you're doing is great. But like now, after hearing him talk about it and actually thinking about the situation and him coming to play, is like you literally come into play for everyone that you're putting this money down for. Like, it's not like you just, you're making a sacrifice from your family not being there, but you're actually making a sacrifice to where, like, no, the earnings you get from coming here, so coming to this bubble is literally all for somebody
bro.
else.
It's not mine.
And like, remember, like,
yeah.
obviously us talking about, like, you know, dang, like, we don't want us coming to make people forget about this, or like, bro, you changed the whole thing to where everything about you coming is about somebody else, is about the Black community and everyone that you're helping with your money. And like, again, I guess I knew that before, but like not to the level. I didn't really put it together.
Right.
And for whatever reason,
Right.
like, no, this is a complete, like, no, he came to play for y'all, straight up, period. And that's it. It's like, there's no other way to put it. I think that's just real dope.
Right. And
I mean, it was dope before, but even more dope now that I've kind of had that click in my head.
I also think that a lot of people, yes, a lot of people appreciate whatever's happening, but they're like, I guess because I'm giving money doesn't mean that somebody else has to give money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
that's kind of the point too. Like, this isn't to be cool or whatever. Like, if it's money that you don't want to give, that's fine. If it's time, if it's gratitude, if it's, I mean, because time might be more precious than money, to be completely honest.
That's the one thing you can get back.
Right. Yeah. To invest, you could always somehow make money.
Yeah, no,
you could always somehow, it might not be as much as you did
man.
before, but you could always somehow make money.
And I think also you doing that, and obviously saying that for people that didn't understand that, but it encouraged people to go and do something. You know what? No, Jrue can go and do this. I can go do something. I can go out there and protest. I can go out there and make sure I'm educating the vote. I can go out there and make sure I give back and put my time in for somebody else. So it's all, you know, and I hope people are taking it that way of not taking it, you know, in a negative sense of he has money, he can do it. It's like, no, this is the way he decided to do it. But like I said, in my situation, I have a different way of the way I'm gonna give back and do things. Like we all the guys that have came here, most of us, I know for a fact, want to make sure we make change. We encourage change. And the dope thing about it is it can be done differently. And you know, everybody's gonna be, a lot of people can be touched in different, many different ways. And you know, hopefully, again, this encourages others and people that don't even play basketball, you know, aren't close to this anyway, can give back and do something.
Justin, real quick. I got to ask you, because you were close to not playing. And, you know, I know it's a different situation for you. You come into a situation where you're playing really well, you know, with a team. You finally get in a spot where you have a good role. And then for you not to decide to play, was there a lot of pressure on you, or like, how did you deal with that pressure? And then, you know, what made you decide to end up playing? Because I know you were like the only person on your roster that was kind of contemplating not to play.
Yeah, I mean, the funny thing is, as much as I love basketball, like Jrue said, it's not first or second on my list. And to be honest with you, it might have moved down to fourth after I kind of sat down and paid attention to everything that's been going on in our country for a long time. And, you know, I was in California when Jrue, Aaron, everybody was there. And we were, you know, seeing the stuff that's been that was happening, the protests, obviously all the murders. And like, I remember telling him, I was like, bro, I don't know if I can go back and play when this is happening.
It's hard.
And like, I was like, because it was, again, having kids, having siblings. Like, I could think about, I was like, well, it was one of my brothers, bro. And like, we're going to just go back and play and just everything's going to be cool. Like, that's why I kept thinking, like, we're just supposed to be going back to play basketball and we're going to just forget about these people that just got killed unjustly. Like that was just hard for me to deal with. It was really hard. And I had to get to that point of feeling the pain. Because I'm going to be honest, and I said in my letter, I've said in interviews, when this stuff happened to other Black brothers and sisters in the past, yes, it hurt. But for whatever reason, I was able to keep myself in a space to where I would move on from it. And that wasn't right then. I'm going to be honest. It wasn't right then.
Right.
And for whatever reason, COVID, my time being at home, my time being with my family, made me look at that differently. It was like, those people that lost that person can't just move on and leave it alone like I was able to. And so it just hit me different. Like, it felt like that was somebody else in my family. I mean, you know, we were raised to love all people, period. You know, I don't care if you're Black or white. If you get treated unjustly and you get killed, you know, in these situations, I'm going to feel a certain way about it. I'm going to have pain for it. And now, at the same time, though, these are our people. These are people that look just like me. It's a situation I can be in a quick second. And I had to really sit there and think about how much that really hurt. It's like they're trying to make sure that they make us look this way. They're treating us this way. We can go back on everything. If you watch the 13 documentary, you look at everything as far as from slaves to, you know, going through the whole thing. And so that was just hard for me just to be like, you know what, I'm going to just go back and play. And I wanted to make sure if I went back and play, it'll be a situation to where my main question was, where am I going to have the biggest platform, or reach the most people, or have the biggest impact on people on my decision? So at first I was like, you know what? Right. But at first I was like, you know what, if I don't play, or if the whole NBA doesn't play, that's a big thing. But then it came to, well, if everybody's not going to not play, I'm a realist, bro. If Justin Holiday don't play, who going to care? Nobody, bro. Nobody's going to care. And that's real. And so I felt like I had more of a platform, a bigger platform. But to the extent of actually making,
sweet, Jrue.
You know, my guy.
to the extent of actually making change is where I wanted to make sure I did that. And then towards the end, because like this is the thing, I was thinking about all this. I didn't even think about my family yet. And so then at the end, before I made my last decision, my family's what came into play. And I was like, dang, I got my 3-month-old daughter. I have my 2-year-old that I see every day. I wake up with her, go to sleep, I put her to sleep. It's me and her all day, like my best friend. And it's like, am I going to leave that and go play basketball? And Jrue knows. Like, Jrue knows what it's like. We've never had that. I've never had 3 months of I'm at the house, have to be at the house. I'm not going to work out, nothing.
It was like regular life, like regular life, and it was nice.
It was nice. I'm not gonna lie to you. And
it was nice to fall into a routine.
I understand that situation wasn't easy for everyone. So don't get us wrong. Like COVID wasn't easy for a lot of people, and it wasn't nice for a lot of people. But I'm speaking about my experience, and I was like able to be a dad. I was able to be a dad. I go downstairs, get my lifting, get my working when my daughter sleeps. I'm back up there with her. I was able to be there for my second daughter's birth. Had her right in the bedroom. I was there from the day my daughter was born, every day. I didn't have that with my first kid. And so I had to think about that. And then at the same time, though, I was like, okay, Justin, if you don't play, obviously money comes into effect. There's a lot of people that my family supports outside of, there's a lot of people that we support in charities. We give back. If I didn't bring that money in, how are they going to get that support? If I didn't bring that money in for my family, it's even my family directly, that's going to be, it's like, we were literally looking at financial situations. Like if I didn't play, didn't get this money, how long will I be able to, to go forward without having that money? Different ways. Cause we don't know what next season is going to look like. We don't know how long it's going to take. So I literally looked at every angle of this. And again, the most important thing, like I said, was making trying to help make change and have a platform for our people. And y'all going to see, I got some other stuff that's going to happen while we're here that I'm not going to talk about yet, cause I needed to go down, but we're going to try to make change. We're going to try to make sure we keep this whole thing uncomfortable for the people that, weren't the people that were comfortable before, and just continue to try to make sure we help educate people, help push people in the right direction to where we're all treated equally at the end of the day. And that's ultimately what we want, man. It's not about, us black people getting more than somebody else. It's like, no, we just want to make sure we can be treated equally, man, not get killed, not have
reparations.
Situations. Yeah. Like, we just want a situation.
Real reparations.
That can happen. Right. And the thing is, the NBA is made of mostly black people, mostly minorities. So this is something that we can all do and make a stand for. I think, dudes have been doing a good job. I mean, it's supporting. Like even how, we supported WNBA. I thought that was dope. Jrue got the story on now. Like I thought that was the action. You just hear the first day was I think the highest they had on TV ratings since like 2012. Their sweater was the number one selling sweater for so that type of support and helping others is what we're trying to do. And I'm, as hard as it is that I came, I'm glad I came and been able to help, make change.
Well, with that sacrifice for both of you guys, with that type of sacrifice, y'all definitely better be dogging somebody in front of you. Because it's every time I would go into the game.
We're not wasting time up here. No wasting time. That's the one thing.
You better be getting at it. Because it's a sacrifice.
Too.
Yeah.
It seemed like it just seemed.
Like
by the way, it is
AAU circuit.
Bro, that's what it's like. By the way, I never went to nationals, so people telling me like this is like the gym that you play in nationals and you do all this. I'm like, man, this.
Yep, I did it. I came here.
This kind of weird, but it was man, it's so quiet in there. It's so quiet. You gotta have a sign up sheet. Like if I want to go to Justin and Aaron game, there's like a sign up sheet, and I gotta tell them.
Bro, I just signed up
a certain amount of time before or something. And there's only like a certain amount of seats or something like that. It's different.
Wow.
For sure.
It's different.
So.
You think? Let me ask you this question. I know as we wrap up, this is for everybody that's on the podcast today. Change always brings fear, right? Right. The fear of unknown. And the one thing I've learned about COVID, and I've learned about all of the social injustice, the things that's going on, is there's a lot of change happening right before us.
Fear, right.
And it's causing a lot of fear. But if you can adjust to the new world, because it's going to be different, even post COVID, the way things are handled, the way different things are moving. Like, what are y'all fear, or what are some of your thoughts for everybody on the panel just going forward? Because we're dealing with a lot of unknown and a lot of uncertainty.
I'm not even
no matter how much money you have.
I don't think I could tell you all of the things that I think are going to happen on the podcast, because I think it'll be very heavy and a lot to handle. I would have to. No, I'm being dead serious, because it becomes at this point spiritual, about what you read in the Bible, about what's to come. Like, it's heavy stuff. At the end of the day, if you believe in the word, you read Revelation.
Yeah, you talking about Revelations.
You have an idea of what, you feel me? So that is an understandable fear if you know what comes in Revelations. At the same time, though, it's also it gives me a sense of confidence, because I know who I live for. I know who's in charge, and I know who has the victory at the end of the day. So I guess if I can talk about it that way, that's how I'm gonna leave that and answer that for you.
I'm trying to look too far down the line. I take it day by day, because you can't even control anything other than like right now. So day by day is the only way to look at it, because if you start trying to look at things from a whole perspective, it might seem insurmountable, or it might seem detrimental.
Overwhelming.
Yeah, so I just control what I can control, and I take it one day at a time. I don't even worry about it. Like, I can't control what's going to happen 2, 3, 4, 5 months from now. All I can control is me eating, drinking, hydrating, resting right now, and then the next day fulfilling my goal of, my studies.
For the day, right.
That's why I feel like COVID's forced us all to do. COVID's forced me to actually look and be thankful for what I got in front of me. Like, if basketball didn't come back, what you gonna be happy about?
That's a fact. Man, honestly, I don't even start with COVID. For me, it started with Kobe.
Shit.
Like, I got a 3-year-old daughter. Justin got 2. So from there, I'm like, damn. All right, cool. Like, I'm locked into my family. That's one, I think, a fear for me. But at the same time, I'm with Norris, is that it creeps in a little bit where. So I guess I'm not sure if people know this, but I was supposed to. Like, we got like the early test done for my child about to come, and they said it was a girl. So when my wife first got her first ultrasound, they showed the joint poking. I was like, oh, it's not a girl, it's a boy. And when Lauren told me, obviously I couldn't go. Like, this is completely new, because I've been to all, like, the ones before. I went to all Lauren's doctor's appointments, and you're not allowed now because of COVID. But when she told me it was a boy, like, and I started crying. But it wasn't because it was a boy. It was because I was scared for his life. Like, it hit me like everything going on in this world, and I'm bringing a boy. Like, I'm about to bring a man into this world, another one, another black man.
A black man.
Right. And so, like, that kind of hit me, because we had just wrapped our mind around it's about to be a girl, and not saying that it's any easier for black women, because they have it extremely hard as well. But just knowing that, like, I'm bringing a black, like, everything that, like, my dad and my brothers and all y'all, like, I've learned from y'all and all that, like, I want that for my son too. Like, I want him to have a community that shows him the right way to go about life. And again, I don't hate anybody, or even like cops that have stopped me and it's gone wrong or whatever. Like, I don't hate them at all. But, like, I feel like in this world, bro, there's so much hatred. There's so much for no reason.
So much for no reason.
And it could be just because of something that you saw on TV, or something that somebody's grandparents or parents told them about black people, or whatever it was. And I feel like that stuff that you can't control is scary sometimes.
Can't control it,
right?
Brother.
Right. It's just like, sometimes it's like driving a car, right? Like, you can't control what the person driving next to you could do. But at the same time, you can control what you do, and that's the best that you can. You know what I'm saying? You can only do your best. So that was one of the things I think out of this year was just like, for one, my family, like really reaching and trying to wrap myself around not only my family, but and then loving on people, man.
about to say, I was say the same thing, Drew. About
man,
you
but
learn
you got
to really love and take advantage of that love, man. Like really feel it, embrace it. Like when you say I love you, like you don't just say it now. Like you say it and meant like
it
you
means
think
something.
Every time I say it to like my daughter or something, bro, like I feel like it weighed. It's so heavy.
It hit different now, don't it?
It do, but I'm saying like even like friends,
just
like,
normal people,
teammates,
people
whatever.
here,
like when I tell you I love you, bro, like I'm dead at, bro.
Be honest with you. Look, I'm gonna give you one thing
Really?
about the holidays. We don't say stuff just to say it. So like we not the kids that grew up saying like, "Oh, we love you." Like if we say it,
nah, we ain't do all that.
So Drew's like, if he says it to you, bro, he means that joy. Like it's never been like a word that we taken loosely, but now I feel like it, like he said, it weighs a lot more. You kind of actually get the full meaning of what that love really is. But that's you're right. That's the
I'll take that out the ear is loving on people, man. Like we talk about it a lot, right? People always talk about we gotta love more and do whatever more, but like dead for real, we really have to do that. Like there are so many people that like might be struggling with something that we don't know about, or they might have an attitude with you because they're struggling with something.
That's the main thing.
That's something that you can still control your attitude to show love toward them, even if they have a hard time, without them even telling you, like, I'm going through something. I feel like that, like, really hits home with some people because there's even times because my bruh, for some reason, I don't know why, but my wife, people love talking to my wife. And every time, like, even when somebody's mean or something, she always smiling and doing whatever. And I had to learn that from her because I'm moody. Like, if you catch me too early in the morning, I'm like blank face, whatever. But that's one thing that, like, consciously I've tried to do is, like, smile at people. Now you're trying to smile through a mask, but still, like, trying to smile through people and, like, talk to them and speak to them. It really changed, like, it changed your heart. It changed how you feel. Like, you do it early in the day, it'll literally change your whole day. Like man, I'm having a good day today. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I feel like that goes a long way.
Last time.
Right.
Yeah.
With the coaches, you never know, like, when you get off that phone with somebody and you tell them you love them, you never know if that's going to be their time or your time.
Right.
So it makes you really, like Drew said, it makes you really.
Bro, I was struggling with that in the whole. Remember when, like, all of us, so a lot of people know this, but we all went to California for our sister's wedding, right? And when we went to California, we all drove. And so, like, I guess you could talk about fears, Chris, is like, Aaron drove separately from me with his family. I drove separately from Aaron and Drew drove with his family. Like, the fear of driving across America at a time when racial tension is so high, bro. First of all, look, listen how far we all drove.
They going through the Midwest. I'm going through the South.
Drew drove from New Orleans to Cali. We drove from Indiana to Cali. Aaron.
Yeah.
Well, y'all parents are amazing. Your parents have been good to me, my family, my kids. So holiday family is good with me.
Appreciate you, cousin. Yeah, that'd be a great conversation, man. I appreciate the healthy conversation, man. I'll be looking forward to this. That's why I be liking your podcast, man. Y'all
appreciate you coming on, man.
Well-rounded.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, no, we got everybody on every side.
I mean, not doing much
on this island, just chilling.
You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Man.
In the bubble, Brody.